usually have rappers doing pop songs. Or sometimes you even have pop artists doing rap songs. I don't understand why people feel like when you're done wrong, you're not supposed to respond. As I always say, you cannot intentionally try to hurt somebody and do somebody wrong and tell them how upset to get. You can't. I think it's disgusting on both sides. I think Latto bringing up Nicki's husband and her brother was unnecessary and has nothing to do with the conversation. And I think Nicki Minaj bringing up Latto's parents has nothing to do with the conversation. Like, I really don't like when female rappers beef with each other. I really don't. Hey everyone, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back on another video. And we're going to be reacting to Latto drops receipts on Nicki full unbiased breakdown. Now, I was there on Twitter, just like everybody else, watching all of this stuff unfold. And honestly, it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous just across the board. It's really sad to see this going on, especially with Nicki. And I'm a Nicki fan, right? Like I am a diehard Nicki fan. I literally been listening to Nicki since I was in middle school, back when I wasn't even allowed to listen to Nicki Minaj. Fun fact: when I first started listening to Nicki Minaj, I actually was not allowed to listen to her. My mom did not like her. She thought she was inappropriate, and so I had to do a whole lot of sneaking around to listen to her. But yeah, it's really sad to see her just beefing with damn near everybody at this point. I'm just not really sure, what's going on, and so she's been going back and forth with Latto about this whole I think it's the Grammys, I think, where they took her song out of a certain category, but then she's like, oh, why isn't Latto song in this category? And it just started a whole forest fire. And so we're gonna go ahead and get the full breakdown on this situation. So for those of y'all who don't know, this is actually the phone call recording that Latto put out, which I saw a lot of people saying that she should have never put this out, that it was messy, and that it was calculated. I'm not sure how to feel about it, because again, it's like, it's hard, because it's like, I like both of these women, right? I like both of them. I like both of their music. And I just like both of them, and I've been following them both since the beginning of their careers. Like, I've been following Nicki since when she had mixtapes out. I've been following Latto since the rap game. Like, I am like genuine fans of both of these women, and so to see them both going back and forth like this, it's really hard and it's very conflicting. And I can see where they're both right and wrong on both sides. And people saying that, oh, Latto planned all this and it was calculated and she had, all these receipts and all this. Now, when it comes to recording conversations, I do agree that is shady. It is very shady to record a phone call with somebody. And honestly, I think that's why too, like, I've been very like cautious about like just everything in general now, because I feel like just everything is plastered on social media. Like, it just seems like nothing is like private anymore, because phone calls are being recorded, even FaceTimes. Like, people are now, they got like two phones, and they could be on FaceTime with you on one phone, but then recording you with the other phone. People taking pictures of you randomly, or you can end up on, someone's, channel or TikTok for something. It's like nothing is like private anymore. And so I don't really like that, because I would be pissed if someone recorded a phone call of me and didn't notify me. And that's illegal in certain states as well. So I'm like, is this even legal, what she's doing? But yeah, I do agree that Latto shouldn't have recorded these phone calls. I'm not sure why she recorded the phone calls. Because I also don't know when these phone calls took place. Because if it took place when all of this was happening, then I can see why she would record it. Because, she wants people to see, like, it's not her that's causing these issues is Nicki. But if this phone call was like a while ago, which I don't see how it would be, I don't know. It's a lot. Oh, also, if you guys haven't, because I'm gonna be honest, I've pretty much seen all the receipts. I'm just kind of here to hear this person's commentary about it. But if you guys haven't seen all the receipts, it's still, all of it's still up. If you go on Twitter, I don't think you need a Twitter account to look at it, but if you're on Twitter, go to Latto's page, go to Nicki's page. All the screenshots, the voice recordings, all of that is there. But I don't know. Do y'all want me to really read all? I don't know. I feel like y'all could go on Twitter and check it out.
He did go on to say that she's not saying that the song was bad. She's not saying that Latto is bad. She's just saying let's be fair. Because the two songs were produced by the same person and they both have that upbeat tempo. So
I didn't know that. Let me turn this down. I didn't know that their songs were produced by the same person. So that, okay, this is making a little bit more sense now. Because I also understand too, because she was saying that Big Energy has a poppy sound, which I actually do agree with. I think Big Energy does kind of sound a little bit more pop like, and so I definitely understood why Nicki was saying, hey, why is this considered rap but my song isn't considered rap? And yeah, that whole thing of like trying to decide like what genre is what is really tricky, especially because nowadays I feel like a lot of artists are trying to do multiple genres at one time instead of just sticking to one thing, so it gets very confusing when you're giving out these awards and stuff like that, because it's like, you're having to differentiate different you're having to like try to categorize it based off of song and not necessarily off of the artist, because it's like you literally have rappers doing pop songs, or sometimes you even have pop artists doing rap songs. And so it's like, do you categorize it by the artist or do you categorize it by the song? And I think that you do have to categorize it by the song, because sometimes you have artists that want to step out into other genres. I mean, we saw what Drake tried to do. We saw what Beyonce was doing with trying to tap into other genres. And so, you can be a rapper that does a pop like song. And if that is the case, then yes, you should be put in the category with the other pop songs. I do think that is fair. So I'll give Nicki that.
One song is pop, then both songs are pop. Also, tweets of Latto saying, I got my pop song going up now. I'm finna give y'all that urban MF. So she also admitted that Big Energy was a pop song. But Latto was not here for Nicki Minaj post and tagged her saying, with all this being said, this wasn't just about a Grammy category. You being funny, bringing me up to defend your case, knowing our last convo didn't end on good terms. You literally told me I'm not flourishing and no one cares about my little song on the phone.
Okay, so that's why she put the recording out, I'm assuming. But okay, so again, this adds a little bit more context, because I feel like people never take the full context into anything anymore, especially fans. And that's why too, like, I don't even like to say that I like to say I'm a fan but not a stan. I don't like stan culture, because stans are delusional. I'm sorry, they are. And there's a lot of barbs out there that they just refuse to see anything negative about Nicki Minaj. And that goes for any big stan group of any fan, and that of any celebrity. And it could be an artist, an influencer, it doesn't matter. There are people that will blindly follow behind these celebrities and not hold them accountable for literally anything. Like, they could literally kill a dog on purpose, and those won't say a damn thing about it, and they'll still be in the comment section defending that person. And so it's like, I just don't like the way that a lot of Nicki's fans are harassing Latto. Like, it's bad. Like, even now, if you go up underneath any Latto's tweets, and the tweets that have like nothing to do with Nicki Minaj at all, you still have Nicki Minaj fans all up in her comment section just dragging her for filth. And it's like, do y'all not have any hobbies? Do y'all not have jobs or something to do? Like, y'all just sit around and waiting for Latto to post something so y'all can hate on her because Nicki doesn't like her? Like, I that to me, it will always be weird. But it makes a little bit more sense why Lotto maybe took offense to it because she said that they are not on good terms. So it's like, why you're bringing up my name if we're on bad terms. Now, I think that if her and Nicki were on good terms and Nicki brought her name up, then I don't think it would be seen as there being any malice behind that. I think she'd just be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like, I guess that is a good comparison or whatever. But it's just with anything, right? If you are not getting along with somebody and you're not on good terms with someone, you don't want your name to be in their mouth. That's anybody. Like, and it doesn't matter what's being said or whatever. Like, you don't want someone speaking your name that you are not cool with. And so I think that's what it boils down to.
LOL.
And if what she's saying is true in the last sentence that Nicki said that her song isn't flourishing, then again I can see why Lotto feels some type of way.
Ooh. So Latto came out with the receipts, the voice recording that I played earlier in this video of the back and forth with her and Nicki Minaj. So she felt slighted by Nicki Minaj comparing Super Freaky Girl to Big Energy because they just had an argument on the phone and they didn't end the conversation on good terms. And Latto was really in her bag. She said enough is enough. Nicki has been bullying me since the beginning. She tweeted, been subbing. Super Freaky Grandma is married and related to, you know what? You ain't gonna bully me. My idol turned rival. Now you hating.
Do I need to bring the receipt? I got receipts.
What is she talking about? And so Latto started to drop her receipts one by one. The first one was an article that says Nicki Minaj shows more love to Coi Leray. Quote, wish I had this confidence. The rap legend admires Laray's unique style, that she's sexy while being completely covered. Y'all can't be talking about the same Coi. Not covered. And has a face that doesn't look 20 years older than her real age. So like
now, okay, I can see what, because okay, and honestly, I didn't even start hearing this until this whole situation came out. That people think Lotto is way older than what she is. I mean, a lot of people do, but also Lotto. Sometimes I honestly, and I've seen this with some women, where it's like women who like cake their faces with makeup, which she kind of has to because of the industry that she's in. But I don't think Lotto looks like that old. Like, yes, she kind of looks much older with the way that again that she gets done up when she's like performing and stuff like that. But I don't think Lotto's like natural look is like I don't think Lotto looks 30 years old. People have their opinions about that. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people say that. I think because she called out Nicki for being almost 40 years old, so people are like, oh, how you gonna say she's almost 40 when you look X, Y, and Z? But also it's like, well, I mean, Nicki is almost 40 years old. So what I don't know. But I mean, I don't know if Nicki like if the internet had been saying that about Lotto around the time this article came out, then maybe because it does sound specific. I'll give you that, but I don't know if it's like you. I don't know. You can't read that and say that it's for sure about Lotto, in my opinion. There's a lot of people in the industry that look 20 years older than her age. Now, I don't know a lot of rappers, a lot of female rappers that look, well, no, I do know a few, but yeah, I don't know if you can necessarily say that it's a slight towards Lotto.
Lotto believes that Nicki is referring to her when she says that she has a face that is 20 years older than her age. And y'all know it's not common for me to come on here and do rap beef commentary, but sometimes y'all really need to hear an unbiased opinion. I'm not a Barb. I'm not Barty Gang. I'm not a lottery ticket. I am Eloho, like for real. I come through with the list of facts and tea, and I'm really unbiased. I stand back and I be like, okay. And everyone.
The screen is black on her end, by the way. That's not my recording.
Once in a while, I will drop my commentary, and I know some of y'all fan bases ain't gonna like this, but in this case, I really don't see what Lotto did that was wrong against Nicki Minaj.
Thank you. That's what I'm like. Again, is it okay? Is it possible that Latto may have overreacted or maybe didn't handle the situation the best way? Sure. Was she wrong for leaking a private phone call with Nicki Minaj? Absolutely. But I honestly feel like Latto is doing all of this in response, like she's responding. I don't understand why people feel like when you're done wrong, you're not supposed to respond, or that if you're done wrong, that it's your obligation to respond in like a certain kind of way. As I always say, you cannot intentionally try to hurt somebody and do somebody wrong and tell them how upset to get. You can't. And so, from what I understand, Nikki kind of started. Well, she did start all this first. Now, again, her bringing up big energy, you can argue either way if that was right or wrong, right? But Nikki started with the receipts, right? Nikki put out a personal message that Latto sent to her, and she put it all on Twitter. And so it's like, what is Latto supposed to do then? Be quiet? And it's like, I really don't understand why people are just like, oh, like you were plotting, you were planning this. How? How did she plan this when Nikki started it? I'm confused. Like, or even to say like, oh, well, she was waiting for something to happen. Again, I don't think Latto was waiting for something like this to happen. But I'm gonna try to say the rest of my thoughts for the end of the video.
From the beginning, Latto said, I'm a barb, I love Nicki, I'm inspired by Nicki. Nicki started to dislike Latto when she did the interview and said that for a long time, Nicki was the only female rapper at the top. But now, there are so many other rappers at the top, close to the top.
Yeah, and even when she said that, I think Nicki, I think there could have been I think they both had the potential to misinterpret what the other person was saying. And I do think that Nicki Minaj misinterpreted that interview that Latto did. I don't think Latto was slighting Nicki at all. I think that she just was giving props to some of the other girls and just saying that like, hey, like female rappers, we're all kind of like coming to the top now, and it's not just one person solely dominating. I don't think she meant any disrespect when she said that. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and say it now since it's on my mind. I don't want to forget. So people are saying that Latto has been a fake fan of Nicki Minaj and that she had always been planning to do this and X, Y, and Z. And this is when I get annoyed when people who aren't true fans and don't do their research speak on people and try to, put accusations on people. Again, if you have been watching since, the rap game, back when she was Mulatto, like for those of y'all who don't know, okay, when she first came out, her rap name was Miss Mulatto. That is her original name. And then she changed it from Miss Mulatto to Mulatto. And then she changed it to Latto because, as you guys know, mulatto is it's a racial slur for those who are mixed, right? And so, it wasn't brand safe. It wasn't it wasn't gonna work well in the media, in the mass media. So she changed it to Latto. And I think she tried to like even change like the meaning of it. But for the day one fans, as we know, it came from her being Miss Mulatto, right? And so back in the days when she was Miss Mulatto, she always talked about Nicki Minaj. And again, this was back when she was like 16 years old. She was 16 years old talking about how much she loved Nicki, how much she was her inspiration. Y'all cannot sit up here and tell me that 16-year-old Miss Mulatto was plotting and being a fake fan. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And like honestly, I feel like, I think that the way that she responded in, this whole situation, I do genuinely think it's from a place of hurt. And I know like some of the barbs are gonna disagree with me, y'all are probably gonna come for me in the comments. But that's just what it is. I feel like it came from a place of hurt. I do think she is genuinely hurt and upset that Nicki is doing this and that she's taking this approach with her. I do think that she actually did look up to her as an idol, and now, all this is happening. And, it's really, really unfortunate. But again, I don't think Lotto had ill intentions against Nicki. I think this was just all in response to Nicki coming at her the way that she did in the public eye.
Semi-top, on their way to the top, eligible for the top, and Nicki did not like that. Now, I completely get why Nicki didn't like that statement, but I also get why Lotto said that, because it's true. Like, there's a lot of mainstream rap artists now, and I don't think Lotto was trying to be petty or trying to dethrone Nicki when she said that.
No.
She was just saying, like, there's a lot of us now. Before, there really wasn't a lot of us.
Which is
and
true.
When Lotto noticed that Nicki was subbing her, because she was, the same way she subbed Meg Thee Stallion by calling her Bigfoot, Nicki said, "You've shown me too much genuine love for what? To be exempt from something? I could say the same thing. But would you or Bigfoot care? No." Nicki is still feeling away because she no longer has that relationship with Meg Thee Stallion. When Meg Thee Stallion came to Nicki, she also came with that, "I'm your biggest fan, I'm a Barb, I love you, I love you, I love you." So Nicki does have some PTSD there with Meg Thee Stallion, but she shouldn't have brought her into this conversation with Latto. Two different women, two different circumstances. And I honestly feel like Latto was being genuine, like trying to approach her, like, "What's going on? Why are you beefing with me?" And it's like, PTSD. "Oh, I'm beefing with you because you claim you love me, but you really don't. You and Bigfoot are one and the same." Long story short. And this tweet from Latto also resurfaced where she said, "A while ago, this artist called another artist, someone else I know was there and heard it on speakerphone, and said, 'Why the hell are you doing a song with that little ass girl? I know they feel dumb now, LOL. Never even let them know I knew about it either.'" So the lottery tickets are suspecting that Latto was referring to Nicki Minaj and the song Sunshine featuring Lil Wayne. Oh my god, these YouTube streets are about to be on fire. Okay, so after Latto calls Nicki a super freaky grandma and brings up her husband, someone else says, "Your father is in his 60s, your mother is 39, meaning when your father had you, he was roughly in his late 30s. Your mother was 16 or 17. You know what that means, right, Latto?"
This is just, come on, bro. Like, why are you, again, like, this is just so unnecessary. Like, it's just so unnecessary. Like, why are you bringing up her parents? What do her parents got to do with this? And yes, I know Nicki Minaj brought up her parents because Latto brought up her husband and her brother and their allegations. I'm fully aware of that. I think it's disgusting on both sides. I think Latto bringing up Nicki's husband and her brother was unnecessary and has nothing to do with the conversation. And I think Nicki Minaj bringing up Latto's parents has nothing to do with the conversation. Like, again, it's just all messy and unnecessary across the board.
Tweeted that and said, "Scratch off, get your dumb ass to the mic right now. Explain this. Since you just became a activist in the last 5 minutes, you gotta have a good explanation for this shit right now. This better be a typo." Wow. 40-year-old bully is trending. Barb's is trending. Super freaky grandma is trending.
God.
We stand with Nicki is trending. And all the girls are fighting. Someone tweeted, "Nicki called Latto Karen because she assumed the black community would eat it up. Y'all do know that. She tries to use black people as a weapon. Never forget, she lied and said her husband's victim was white during the height of the BLM movement to use black anger in her favor." Someone said, "All Nicki said was Big Energy should be considered a pop song too. Did she lie? No, y'all just be trying."
And I'll give you that. Like, there really wasn't any other song that I'm aware of at the moment that could compare to her song that she can use as an example. So, I do see that. Because again, I do think that could be misinterpreted. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, context matters. Because again, if she didn't have a problem with Latto and they were cool, then it would be weird that Latto would take that offensively. But because they aren't cool, I can see why Latto was like, "Hey, why are you bringing my name up when we just got off the phone arguing?" Like, so again, it's
her, and it's annoying. And I think sometimes as fans, we gotta take a step back and just look at it from a person-to-person perspective. If someone who you just had an argument with on the phone, someone who you feel like has been subtweeting you, someone who you feel like diminishes you as an artist and your music, if that person then comes out to say, "Well, if my song isn't in this category, then your song isn't in this category," would you not then feel like, okay, this person is bullying me or attacking me, or this person really has a problem with me. And I'm fed up. I'm at the point where I'm going to call her out on her shit. I'm going to call her out on what y'all don't see, the conversations that y'all don't hear. I completely stand with Nicki with the fact that the Grammys are trying her. I get that.
I agree.
But she is also trying Latto. And y'all know I'm not too into Latto. You feel me? She is a dope rapper, but I'm not too much into her. So for me to come out here and be like, nah, Nicki is really playing with Latto, y'all know I'm unbiased. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this whole...
Yeah, I think, again, it's just so unfortunate. Like, I really don't like when female rappers beef with each other. I really don't, because it's like, good music is already scarce. Like, can we just talk about that? Good music today is already scarce. Like, a lot of people nowadays, even in my age group, we listen to a lot of like older music because the music today just ain't hidden. It's just not like, and it's definitely not music that you can go back and listen to like years later because you get tired of it after like a week. Like, the music just is not, there. And so it's like, it's unfortunate because I feel like we would get so much better music if we could get a lot of these female rappers to work together and to collab. But we can't do that if they're beefing. And I felt this way even since Nicki and Cardi started going back and forth. I feel like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they could have made some really good music. I know Cardi's music hasn't been the best lately, but you can't deny that when she first came out, like, big on the scene, her music was great. And so it's like I could only imagine and I know they did that one song. They did that one song together. But I just feel like some Cardi and Nicki music would have been so fire. But we'll probably never get that. We'll probably never get that. And we'll probably never get another song from Nicki and Megan. Like, there's so many potential collaborations that we'll probably never see, or we'll probably never see again because of all these unnecessary beefs that are going on. Like, could you imagine Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma on a song? Like, oh my gosh, or even Nicki and Lil Kim. Like, there's so many like different artists that if they just came together, I feel like it would be magic. But because of these petty beefs, it just seems like it's never gonna happen. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I'm sure you will. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. Who do you think is in the wrong? Who do you think is in the right? Do you think they're both wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. And also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. And make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.